Hi, everybody. I am the person behind Doubtful Souls Taxidermy, and I was going to explain or talk about my taxidermy journey so far. I'm not all that professional yet, but I think it needs to be said. I need to tell you, how I started out. And you'll have to forgive me. I am not usually a YouTube person. I definitely don't put my face out there. I have a completely different stream for gaming. So my face is not usually there. It's usually my avatar. I'll start from the beginning. My friend Dave, who was a bass player in a goth band with me, and his wife were doing a oddities fair in Indianapolis, and they suggested it to me, I guess on Facebook or something, and I wanted to go really bad. I wanted to go to the mouse one. They had a class offered in this for taxidermy mice. It was $100, and you could go into this class and learn how to do a taxidermy mouse while you were there during the event, and then you would get to take your mouse home. And this has been featured, I think, on the internet quite a bit. And so I can't remember, the class was already filled up, so I didn't get to go to the taxidermy mouse class. So I started to look on YouTube, I think it was, and I found a lady that taught, she just goes right through the whole video, skinning a mouse, stuffing a mouse right there on the screen. And so I have I'll try and put the link in the description down below for the for that video, so you can, if it's still there, if I can find it, if it's still there, I'll put it in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. But I do know from experience that did not work out so good. She's leaving the noses in and they're shriveling. So, and I'll explain why it didn't work out so good here in a minute. Without getting into too much further ado or anything, I did get a lot better with squirrels. So I will just touch upon, this is an introduction because this is a brand new channel I'm going to start, and I'm going to talk about it. Disclaimers here. I don't want to have anybody down in the comments giving me a bunch of hoo-ha over, or any negative comments over the killing of animals. Because the mice that I used were frozen feeder mice. They were going to snakes from a pet store, and they were already dead, frozen in little packages. Number two on that, one of them my cat killed in the house. So, and everything else that I have got largely roadkill, natural death, roadkill. And so there's no need to get hostile about that. And if I do see such comments, I will delete you. So I don't have time for it. Next, well, instead of looking at my ugly mug all morning, let's look at my, and I did have to blur out my background because this room is a catch-all. So what I will do is try and share you a bunch of pictures of the mice in progress. And I'll try and skip the gory ones because I don't know how this is going out there, okay? So here we go. This is new to me. I'm not used to using Zoom as a recorder, but I did use Zoom as a recorder because I wanted this beautiful blurry background. All right. Where am I at? Oh, share screen. We're sharing my mice screen. Now, I will narrate this mess the best of my ability. This is what the box of mice looks like from the pet store. I was getting them, I think, at PetSmart. And then there was, I mean, this is what it looked like on the table. Opened one. There's one on the table in the baggie. It's all sealed. Now that was a male, so he was my first one, I think. And trying to make sure I don't hit anything gross. It was really difficult to skin them because they're so tiny. And I followed the lady's video. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that too much. But I think this next one is with him skinned, and I'm using this is the pieces that went in it. I carved down a piece of styrofoam for the body. The tail was a pipe cleaner, and the head is polymer clay, and I made it shaped like the body with a piece of wire in it and beads for eyes. All of the instructions are on that one video if you really want to do that method. But I've learned since then there's probably a better way to do it. Mice is not my forte anymore. I don't think it was my forte to begin with. I'm going to skip this more gory picture for now. I don't even want to get into mice, to be honest, but I'm going to start from the beginning so show my story here. Here's what he was looking like before I put the stuffings in. There he is, kind of halfway wrapped. And this is him after I stuffed him, sitting on the styrofoam with wires going into the styrofoam. Okay, so this is the first male. And he looked, I think, pretty decent to begin with. Now, bear with me. I'm going to show you what they look like now, which is why I'm telling you the method was all wrong. I try to put these in order because this is way too many pictures. All over they were all over the place. I'll put it that way. So then I tried another mouse, female, and I think that might have been her. See what I'm talking about with my messy craft table and everything behind me. So I did a couple of pictures of it before, and this is her. This one. This was the steps I was just showing you before. And this is her at the end. This is her done. And she was just so cute. Of course, she had a kink in her tail, I think. I don't know if she still does. No, her tail looks fine now. Then my cats killed one in the house, and he was big enough. Usually they were catching baby ones, and it was really terrible because I couldn't do anything with that. So I did a house mouse, and he turned out really cute. He turned out, he looks kind of scruffy there. Some of these pictures of him all over the place, but his face turned out just gorgeous. He was just so cute. And this is him pinned. I only pinned the toes on this one, and it was also bad. Using the polymer clay method for the head, this polymer clay thing. I don't know if you can see my mouse moving around. When you bake that, it gets hard as a rock, and I couldn't get pins in the face. But you really have to pin the face, or they'll shrivel up, and they're going to shrivel up anyway, because there's nothing in the nose except for the skeleton part of you lift the two front teeth and the nose in there, and by this lady's method. And so they did shrivel up really bad. Now, I think that's pretty much all I was going to say about the process and how they were turning out really cute. And everybody was like, oh, they're so cute. And I had no idea that they were going to continue to shrivel for a really long time. So in learning on down the line, I started doing squirrels, and I think they're really good, and they're hilarious. I started out after the squirrel episodes. I started watching videos by Ellezy's squirrels, and they teach you how to stuff them with their forms that you order on their website. Here's one up. Don't put him close to me so that it doesn't get blurred. It didn't get blurred. Here's one of my. This is the first squirrel. This is an Ellezy form. And more on that later or in another video. Because I was doing that and picking up roadkill and trying to get into it, what have you, I got adventurous and I got a taxidermy license. So this is the one for the state of Indiana. This was 2020, of course. And I blurted out because I was going to share it. So that was the first one. I'm going on year 3 now. And over time, I started an Etsy, got kicked off of Etsy because of their weird algorithm thing. I guess I appealed 5 times, never got back on there. I've been devastated because of that, because I really thought that's the way to go. I have my own website and my own Facebook page and all that stuff now. This is my logo. My business card looks similar to that. And that's what I was going to tell you there. Now, if I don't know if I can get my squirrels to show up with it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and see if I can do this. Here's this is my latest squirrel girl. So her tail's going to go on blurry. This is my latest squirrel girl. This is without a form. This is done with wood wool and I casted the head myself. So I started to make any pose. I made all kinds of poses that are funny. And here's my boy in the chair. I don't know if I can get him in here either. Oh dear. Stand back up. In a chair. See, his face is shriveled up too in time. This is before I knew what I was doing with the faces. But yeah, males got to show off the nads, right? Oh, I have another girl like that. A little different pose. She's smaller. These are the ones that are with me now. Oh, and I forgot to show you how awful the mice look. I'm in a group on Facebook called Bad Taxidermy, and they added derpy squirrels all the time, okay? This, God, I don't even know if I can get these to show up on film. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Wait a minute. Can I get closer? This is the first boy. He really shriveled up. This is the girl that looks so cute there, the second one. And this is the house mouse. And their noses shriveled up really bad. So I think I would do them differently. I have one more thing to show you if I can find it without killing myself. Okay. here's what I was going to show you for the how you do the lady on the Taxidermy Mouse group on Facebook had shown us how she does her armatures. And if you do the face more like a little cartoon character, they turn out a lot cuter. So this was her little armature that she did. And seeing how they, you know, she's really making it cartoony, and they're gorgeous when she's done with them. You have poopy cheeks and cute little whisker areas and things like that, and building up the face a lot more instead of like this little blob of clay like I was doing. That would make a big difference, and also turning the lips and not leaving the nose and teeth in the actual head that's going inside it. So those are the things that I learned, and that's what those are the results I were getting. You know, I was getting when my last squirrel girl here, her face turned out a lot better because I've stuffed it. I've stuffed her cheeks up a little better and turned her lips, and I painted the head form black before I even stuffed her in, because all these older ones, if there was any change in the lips, that the styrofoam was showing at the bottom. So I didn't want to continue to have that problem. Okay, well, that was painless, right? I hope I don't have to edit the heck out of this. I'm not, I've been really sort of down to earth and talk straight across to people in all my other tutorials, like my tutorials for graphics and Second Life and video games and things like that. I'm not used to being on camera, so I'll be editing the heck out of a lot of things if I didn't want it to be shown, or I feel like I'm being a goof. So bear with me there. I don't really know how many of these videos I'm going to do even. I didn't want to get down and dirty and like really skin one on camera or anything, because I have normally get a lot of rah, 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 from people out there screaming about hurting the animals. So we'll see about that. Anyway, I can tell you my process for the squirrels in another video, like how I'm making the heads and the woodrow bodies and things like that, because the forms were, I wouldn't say extremely expensive for a squirrel form, but it was just an expense that I didn't need and I already had. I've got a gross of glass eyes, and I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to buy any of that stuff anymore. Everything I've got is just raw material here, and so I add to the squirrel collection every time somebody finds me roadkill or somebody who's brought me one. Branching into raccoons and a fox and some other things that I have in the freezer, but that requires an entirely different tanning method, because I'm just using the borax here, people, and I like it. I mean, I don't like the skinning, but after you get to that point, it's like a massive, it's an art form, and posing them and stuffing them and stuff. It's really cool. Oh yeah, one thing you will need, I forgot to say, uh, a really good needle, because you think you can just sew them up with a regular needle, especially squirrels. Mice, you can probably get away with a regular house needle, a regular sewing needle that you might have around your house. But when I got to the squirrel bottoms, I needed to have a really good set of leather needles because they're really tough hide on the bum. And that's where I'm doing the vent cuts down the bum. Okay, I think I've talked too much. Meanwhile, thanks for watching. You might want to like and subscribe. It's a brand new channel, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks, everybody.